All right, everybody. All right, welcome to the first annual Hammerspace podcast. By annual, I mean
no
hopefully
idea
weekly.
what we're doing.
We have no idea.
Welcome to the first and last podcast.
We're a new site. Basically, our goal is to replace IGN by the end of the month. So,
we already have
No.
2,000 views today. We had 500 the other day. By this rate, we should be above and beyond everyone else.
if we keep growing at this rate, we're going to be getting, like, literally more views than the Earth has population by the end of the month. So, let's just hope everything keeps scaling exponentially. And we'll be fine. I still to come here to see what happens, but if I don't write anything productive... Oh, fuck you, Volhar!
Good start,
Alright.
good start.
Alright.
Chris, I can't tell. It sounds like maybe you're high or something.
I'm not high. I live like this. No, I live like
It's
this.
just
This is
this-
why I.
This is the most cheery I've heard you in a while.
That's because I'm not wallowing in a pit of depression anymore.
Oh, you finally got over?
Yeah, because I'm smitten with somebody who isn't a shithead anymore. So, I'm not letting the bitch ruin my life.
Amen.
Fuck
I
her.
just hope you know
No,
that's staying in the podcast.
I'm fine with it. She's not gonna watch it. When does she ever watch anything I ever did? All right, so. Hi guys, welcome to Hammerspace. We act like it's a gaming site, but actually, it's where we talk about our problems. No, this is why I don't drink or do drugs. I don't need it.
But clearly,
all right, so Hammerspace, Colin, we're not dragging. All right, look. All right, so Hammerspace is not really a news site. We'll do news every now and then, but it's really just when there's like an interesting story that we find interesting that we feel hasn't been reported to hell and back. Because we know that we're not gonna take the world by storm via our news. Because there's three of us and we're all lazy as shit.
Technically, there's more
Hammerspace.
of us.
Technically, there's more, but there's basically three guys that are like the main staff, which is us three. And then there's a couple other people who are helping out every now and then. You've got Will, you've got Tiara.
We got Tiara.
Tiara.
Tony's gonna help out later on once he gets a capture.
That's right. That's right. Tony's gonna do Smash videos.
Yeah, he's
That'll
gonna
be
be
awesome.
a bunch of Smash videos for, you know, the noobs. He's apparently really good at Smash, so.
Yeah, he says he is.
Yeah, he is. I'm a little better, I think, but. I
Oh
haven't played him in a long-
shit! Oh shit!
No,
Look
I
at the chat.
haven't played him in a long time, so I honestly don't know. But I've improved drastically.
Have you seen
anyways.
the chat, Chris?
Yes, I have. Guys, we gotta make sure we don't talk about Katie in here. Will get really upset. By the way, Will, do you want to actually join this podcast or not? What percentage of members of Hammerspace are bronies?
Technically,
Actually, I don't think
one if Will, but then again, he's not much
If
of
Will
a
is still a
brony
brony.
anymore.
If Will is still a brony, yeah.
So like
All right,
half
so
a
Hammerspace.
person.
We're getting this train back on the rails. To make sure we don't miss that woman. Pride.
I was about to make that joke, you son of a bitch.
Misogyny runs in the family. So Hammerspace, basically what it's going to be is we're going to do a couple opinion pieces every now and then. But we all basically, what we decided it's going to be is it's going to be just where we kind of combine a lot of our stuff, which is kind of where the term Hammerspace came from. We chose Hammerspace largely because, I mean, we're together because of Zelda, because that's one of our favorite series between all of us. But it's also like a general gaming term, because we don't want to be like a Zelda site. Because it gets done a lot. We're not going to try to muscle in on that. But it's where we're going to be doing all of our stuff together. Basically, Brian's going to be combining his artistry, his t-shirts, the videos that he's going to start making, his streaming. He's going to bring that to the site. I'm going to bring my videos and the occasional article, maybe, to the site. And Rory is here.
Thanks.
Yeah, he's also going to do so. So let's just go ahead and introduce ourselves real quick. I am Chris, also known as Lord Jackal, most places on the internet, because I decided what my internet persona was going to be when I was 12. And by the time I realized what a shitty name Lord Jackal was, I felt like I had more to lose than gain by changing it, so I'm kind of stuck with it. I do a lot of videos, mostly game analysis lately. Um, just various kinds. I like to think I'm a fairly good cinematographer and editor. I've been pushing myself to make the channel more, like, impressive with production values and just with the way everything's put together. I also do some stupid comedy videos, and that's that. Because I'm a actor and like film guy in like as an actual life thing, and gaming and YouTube is my hobby. So that's that. And then Brian and Rory, whenever you guys, introduce yourselves.
I'll let Rory go.
Thank you.
Go, Rory, go.
Thank you. So I'm Rory. I think my name on everything right now is just Hammerspace Rory. I'm just gonna be. This is super original, right? I'm just gonna be doing a lot of, or trying to do a lot of like gaming articles, with a video here and there about some sort of analysis. Something about like different aspects of games. More like honing in on a certain aspect rather than analyzing an entire game itself. Something coming up about Earthbound, so keep posted on that. And yeah, Brian, you can go ahead.
My name's Brian, and I'm an alcoholic. So I'm basically, I guess you could say I'm the founder of Hammerspace in conjunction.
Yeah, you do all the work.
You did all the work.
Yeah, I was the one who felt like making my own fan site with hookers and blackjack, and then I got rid of the fan site, but then I needed it back.
To fund.
I had to trade all my hookers and blackjack back for it. It was a very emotional moment for me.
He's better now, though. He's in a better place.
As you can tell, Brian's the comedy guy.
Hey, my jokes work on some people.
Some.
You liked my alcoholic joke.
I did.
It was more like a pity laugh.
God damn it.
So, continuing. Brian is a aspiring game designer. Well, you do more of the art side of it than the actual design, yeah?
Yeah, I'm a 3D character artist. I graduate at the end of the month, technically.
Jesus Christ. It's that soon?
Yeah, that's how soon. Oh, God.
Holy shit.
Right now I'm basically just covering... I do cover some news, I do cover some fan projects. I am making original videos. I do plan on doing top 10 lists for the website. I put up a filler article today called Top 10 Amiibo.
Man, it was shameless. I loved it.
It was shameless.
Shameless.
Did you really read it?
I did read it.
Oh God, I'm so sorry.
Oh, Jesus.
I really like the variety.
The variety. It was nothing but links and Toon Links.
To be fair, they're very well done.
And I'm gonna go ahead and put this in here. Will is another member of the site. He's in the chat right now. He mostly runs our forums. It does our Reddit stuff. He's gonna write occasionally. He's in the chat right now. I'm gonna go ahead and read it for him. And my name is Will, and I write stuff occasionally. I've accomplished nothing, and I made the mistake of bowing out of the website and just before launch, and now I've forever been relegated to someone on the side. Will, you're still one of us. I consider you... No, it's just like I don't know. It's weird because we had those 4 spaces with all that were supposed to have like all of our faces in it, and now we just have a question mark there, which I like to think means that we have the Riddler on the site. But the Riddler is my favorite Batman villain, and I wish that he got used more effectively more often. Well, I think you can do a lot of cool things with him, but nobody ever does anything other than make him ridiculous.
Or make him Neil Patrick Harris.
Which is also fine. Yeah. So, Hammerspace. Basically, our goal for right now is I'm trying to... We're still kind of building the site. It's not completely finished yet. We need to add a couple more pages. Right now, I'm trying to figure out how we're going to lay out the video section because we're going to have a lot of video content from a lot of different people. So right now, I'm slowly kind of posting my my older videos. It was like I did a analysis series on the Rainfall trilogy when those were coming out, and so I'm getting those 3 up there, and then by the end of the month, I'm going to be doing my 4th in the huge show, which is Jack All About Gaming, and that's going to be The Last of Us, which is a huge departure from the Rainfall games, and it's coming out really well so far, and I really like it, and so I'm excited about that. And then I also have to get my Jackal Bites up there, which are just kind of smaller little blurbs about game design. So I'll be putting that up. Rory and Rory and Brian both have videos coming out by the end of the month as well. I think. Rory, are you still doing?
Mine is.
Are you doing it? It is. Oh.
He just hasn't posted it on YouTube. I take it. I mean, Hammerspace.
Oh, I haven't posted on Hammerspace yet.
Yeah, post it.
I'm waiting for the traffic to reach an all-time high.
I'm waiting.
I'm scared to post it.
We hit 2,000 today.
Yeah, we hit 2,000.
The Last of Us, but I thought you were reviewing games, not movies. Will, I make that joke at like the very beginning of the video. So there we are.
Yeah. So we do actually have shirts for each of the videos. So Chris is doing Last of Us. Rory, you already finished Minish Cap, correct?
Yeah, I did an article and a video.
Okay, it's just not live yet.
It's just not live on the site.
Yeah, I'm doing Kirby 64. It is rough as balls because I have been focusing on my portfolio lately, so I haven't had time to work on it. After that, you plan on doing Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire, correct?
Yeah, my future plans, the next few ones I want to do are Ruby and Sapphire review, and I want to do something about Earthbound and Empathy.
So do you already have your next one lined up, Chris?
Well, aside from The Last of Us,
I know you want to do a Skyward Sword one.
I've thought about it actually, but I honestly, it's weird. I actually haven't done like anything Zelda on my channel, which is strange because Zelda's like this huge series for me. It's one of the only series that where I like played the games multiple times. But I guess I just feel like Zelda gets covered so much that I don't really have anything new to say, which is something I struggled with Jackal especially. Is one of the reasons I don't like the Xenoblade video that much is I watch it and I'm like, I feel like I don't really say anything that matters. I didn't say anything that hadn't already been said. Like, yeah, it's a good game. Like, what is he gonna say? But I really like The Last Story because The Last Story and Pandora's Tower, but I like Last Story a bit more. Just because I feel like those videos had more of a purpose. And like with Zelda, Zelda's covered to hell and back, like constantly. Everybody talks about Zelda. It seems like almost every major YouTuber has Majora's Mask in like their top favorite games, or has Zelda as their favorite series. You got PBG, JonTron, all these people who all love Zelda, and it's, I don't know, like I if I think of something original to say about it, I might. I actually do have one Zelda video coming, actually, which I completely forgot about until now. I'm working on a sequelitis response to Egoraptor's, sequelitis on Ocarina versus Link to the Past. Mostly because I think he brought up a lot of interesting points but didn't fully explore them, and I think that there are some counterpoints that have been avoided, that weren't addressed. And it's funny because I mostly agree with the video, but there are a couple things that I think also deserve to be said. So that's the thing, is like, if I have something to say, I'll make the video. I'm also doing a video on Rusty's Real Deal Baseball.
Which
it's gonna be a
I recorded footage for you forever ago for.
I know, and then I got sidetracked working on Last Story of Pandora's Tower, and then I just never got around to it. But that's just going to be a Jackal Bite. It's going to be a really fast one, just talking about microtransactions and, what works for it and everything.
I'm contemplating if my next one should be a Majora's Mask 3D video or a Skyward Sword one. And I'm like, I think you would be better suited for Skyward Sword, though.
How do you mean?
I mean, I've heard you talk about wanting to make a video for a long time, and I'm like, he should do it.
It's just, I don't know. I don't know what to say that hasn't already been said. I don't know. As far as Jackal goes, I mean,
gave me good penmanship.
I mean, ultimately, what we God damn it. I guess the big ambitious thing that I have been working on with Colby, for a while is we want to do like 2 or 3 months where we go through the entire Final Fantasy series, and we do them like one episode is Final Fantasy 1 through 3. Like we do the NES era, then we do the Super Nintendo era, and then we do the PlayStation 1 era, then we do the PlayStation 2 era. Actually, there's some games we probably do by themselves. I think we would do 7, 8, and 9 probably separately.
What
We do
about
10
the
by itself.
MMOs?
The MMOs,
should-
I think
yeah.
we would actually skip.
What
I don't
about
know how I
the,
could possibly.
What about all the spin-off games, man?
But, I
there's
mean,
there's so many of them.
We were thinking we were going to cover a couple. We were going to cover Crystal Chronicles. We were going to cover Tactics.
Tactics, yeah.
I don't
Good
think we were going to
choice.
cover the Chocobo games.
But
no,
the
because I mean,
Chocobo
Final
games were
Fantasy is
game of
another
the
series.
year all year for like 5 decades.
Yeah, you could do Year of Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
Plus,
My
I
Majora's
mean,
Mask will get more views if that's
Snap.
what you're after.
plus,
Yeah, that's actually a really good point. Awesome Nescon is he says Majora's Mask will get more views if that's what you're after. That's the point. Is like as a content creator, you do have to think about what people are going to watch, which is partially why I'm excited for Last of Us. Is it feels like a moment where it's like, hey, there's a game people actually care about. If like there's a game that people actually care about and actually has something to say about it. Because that was the problem with the Rainfall trilogy is outside of Xenoblade, nobody really gave a shit about Last Story or Pandora's Tower. And even with Xenoblade, it's still the JRPG. It's still like, you know, not a major thing. And I did it a bit late. Last of Us is still fairly relevant. They just had the PS4 remake not too long ago. And
it'll be a year
and,
by
you know,
the time you finally get around to it.
hey man,
Oh,
look.
snap.
Hasn't been a new Let's Jackal video in over 7 months. Why even bother living? I need to do that too. I was gonna start uploading our streams to Let's Jackal because we've been streaming Tales of Symphonia and Rayman Origins and a couple other things. And
I know what my next video should be about now that you reminded me. I had been mulling over for a while yesterday as I was playing Tales of Hearts R. I think I might do a video on Tales of Hearts R eventually.
Okay. Yeah, the Tales series. Oh god, that would be huge, dude. Like a whole Tales series. Every game is so goddamn long.
Yeah, but I think the main reason I want to do a Tales of Hearts R is, for me, all the PS3 original Tales game have just been incredibly lackluster, while all the other games, like on the Nintendo and Xbox systems, have been just so good. So good! Like, the only good PS3 Tales game out there is Tales of Grace's F, and that was a port of a Wii game.
Oh, there's another show. That's right. Miles is going to be starting his own show, meaning he's going to do a show that he hosts that I kind of do most of the work on. It's going to be a co-op show. It's going to be a co-op show called Ready Player 2 that focuses entirely on co-op games. So that'll be interesting. I think the first episode's going to be Borderlands. But then we also wanted to cover Rayman Origins when we beat that. Or Legends, Rayman Legends when we beat that. We've talked about a couple episodes, so that'll be cool. Yeah. What else? We had some questions that were asked. I'm trying to remember what they all are.
We can talk about Platonic games.
All right, Platonic. I'm actually really excited about that.
If you haven't seen,
I don't know.
Platonic Games released a screenshot that I will link.
Yes.
I don't know. I'm not a big fan of platformers. Like,
Yeah, that's where Brian and I don't get along.
like
That's the thing is, I was honestly never a huge Banjo-Kazooie fan. I could never get into it. There were other platformers I liked, but like I always preferred things like Donkey Kong 64 to Banjo-Kazooie. I don't know
Was it
why.
'cause you
just
liked-
fit.
Was it because you like Donkey Kong?
I don't know. I think you know what. Honestly, what I think it was is I think when I was a kid, I got stressed out really goddamn easily by games, which is why like when I was a kid, I honestly couldn't play Majora's Mask very well. I loved it though because like I love Zelda and I loved Ocarina of Time, and I but there was always like a roadblock. Like when I was a kid, I couldn't do the well.
I
And
know.
then I eventually
I
pushed
know
through
the
that and beat
feeling.
the game. But in Majora's Mask, I think I would get to the Stone Tower, and I would stop, and I would start the game again, and I would get to the Stone Tower and stop, and I would just get like really stressed out for some reason.
I did that with Ocarina of Time and the Forest Temple because of the Wall Masters.
Oh Jesus.
Like,
Yeah, no, the
whenever-
wall masters made me stop too.
Yeah, whenever I saw the shadow increasing and I heard the sound, like, I remember one time in Gulfport, it stuck with me till I was about 12. I was so scared of those things. I heard it. I just remember, like, slamming down on my computer, on my N64 and shutting it off.
But yeah, with
Jesus.
Banjo-Kazooie, I remember, like, getting a game over once when I was a kid. And so it plays the ending where, you know, your sister's turned into whatever. And that hulking, creepy beast thing. And Gruntilda's like laughing and everything. And I remember that fucking wrecked me. And I just didn't want to play anymore because I was terrified of that happening again. Yeah, I was a pussy-ass kid.
Hey, it's
I've
okay,
not heard
man.
the glorious names. I've not heard the glorious names of PlayStation or Destiny mentioned yet. PlayStation is actually huge for me. I think I have more PlayStation games than anything. PS2 is like one of my favorite consoles. Destiny's a piece of shit though.
It
Jesus
is a
Christ.
piece of shit. I mean, it's very well polished. I will give it that. And like, of course, like with any other game, if you have friends, it's gonna be a fun experience. But on its own, it's kind of like, eh.
Here's the thing. Okay, here is my thing with Destiny. You came out in 2014. Why are you doing things worse than Borderlands? Why are you doing the MMO aspects worse than fucking RuneScape? like,
Hey man, don't bash RuneScape. I play that all day.
no, that's the thing is, yeah, no, like I played RuneScape too, like when I was a kid. But the thing is, like, you know,
you're saying it's a
RuneScape is a.
I see what it is.
I'm saying it's a free browser-based MMO, and this is a AAA title that's
Yeah, it's unacceptable.
had this huge budget behind it, and they want us to pay $200 for all the DLC and shit, and they can't. They didn't deliver on anything. They didn't deliver on anything.
The world's
Like,
so
ugh.
empty.
Why are you not on PC? Because my PC is being fixed. I want to get back to playing. What was I playing? I want to get like a really, really good gaming computer so I can play all the Steam games that I can't run.
Never
But I
get
can,
an
I can play a lot of
Alienware.
decent ones.
Just never get an Alienware.
No, get Lenovo.
Like next year, this time around next year, I'm totally gonna get a new laptop. Just fucking A.
I'm fine with laptops for now. I want to get a desktop. I want to get a desktop that I can actually like do like even better editing than I can do now. I want to be able to do like full effects editing, which I can't do on my laptop. It can't take quite that. I can do enough, but it does start chugging if I do too much on it.
So you can't
Because
make
it is a
a
laptop.
dubstep how-to video?
No, I can do that. I can't. Main thing is like you've seen like Corridor Digital, yeah, stuff that Corridor Digital and Freddie Wong does, where they do this incredible special effects editing that's has so much going on to make it look real.
Really,
I can't. Yeah, my computer can't do that much at once.
You need really high processing power for that.
Exactly.
A lot of RAM.
So I want to build
a lot of RAM.
So I want to build.
Yeah.
So I want to build a desktop so I can start doing that, because I eventually. Okay, here's something else I want to do for Jackal. There are 3 other episodes of Jackal that I have planned and have had planned for almost a year now. That's going to be a Rockstar trilogy. I'm going to do Bully, LA Noire, and Red Dead Redemption. But they're all going to be basically they're going to be done basically like each of them's going to be done like a half-hour TV show of that specific genre. So we're going to have like a film noir episode and a western episode, and we're going to have like a Rushmore style like school comedy sitcom style episode for Bully. And yeah. Like
What about Max? What about Max Payne? Didn't they make that too?
They
yeah,
did.
we've talked. I need to play Max Payne. I've thought about doing an episode on that.
But
But Bully, LA Noire, and Red Dead Redemption are all games that I feel like I have a lot to say about. Welcome, all-in-one tablet, 1,500 worth every penny. Jesus. Hello, Rory. Yeah, Rory, talk more about yourself. Todd doesn't know.
what's there to talk about? I don't do much.
I don't know. Like
says-
I honestly I don't even really know much about you. So
Yeah. Okay. Let's tell my life story. I was born at the age of. Never mind.
no, like what do you do? You in school? You like
I'm in school right now. I'm in a arts program, sort of designy, design and business type thing. I really have a passion for game design. I've read all kinds of books about it. And like it's gotten to the point where I think I know a little bit about game design, enough to actually critique it and be like, this is good game design and this is bad game design. Just based on what I've read and how many games I've played. I really like games that elicit emotion, and go the extra mile to be more than just an entertaining experience and more of an emotional experience. Yeah, so like games like Earthbound and soon to be Mother 3 are games that like I really like because they use a very limited visual, like they use really limited visuals to elicit emotion in the player, just based on how well they do with like their empathy and stuff like that. And I'll talk about that when I write the article, but that kind of thing is what I'm really interested in. I absolutely love the GameCube and the Game Boy Advance. Those are my two favorite like consoles ever. I have way too many Game Boy games that I can't even count them. And one thing that I guess people should know is that I'm really, really into the handheld games. I mean, I like the console games and stuff, but like I would much rather play handheld games, which makes me upset because like I'd really like to I'd really like to play games like on stream on my 3DS, but like I just don't have the capture card or anything on, so like I can't actually do that. But I can do like Game Boy games and stuff like that. I just prefer like, I don't know, I've never been a huge fan of like 3D games. It's been something that there's got to be something about the game that really makes me happy or makes me invested into the game. I'm the kind of person who doesn't enjoy Ocarina of Time,
or Twilight Princess,
or really any console Zelda game that isn't top down.
So you hate Majora's Mask?
I like Majora's Mask. It was very good, but like I like Wind Waker, I like Majora's Mask, and I like A Link to the Past and the first two. And I just absolutely like I can't stand Twilight Princess or Ocarina of Time. It's just I just hate them so much. Skyward Sword's okay.
Oh, it's okay.
Skyward Sword's it's okay.
We all know it's a sin to hate Wind Waker.
It's really
it's kind of funny because Wind Waker, Majora's Mask, and Link to the Past are my three top Zelda games. Those are like the ones I can always go back to. But Ocarina of Time is somewhere in the middle for me. Twilight Princess is on the lower end. Skyward Sword is like one of the two Zelda games that I just don't want to play again.
Skyward Sword's in an iffy area for me. It's like if I had to put it, I'd put it like in the middle. Like I'm still not sure if I like it or not.
Skyward Sword.
Like I kind of feel, but I feel like I would like Ocarina of Time more if Majora's Mask didn't like improve on it in every way.
Yeah, basically.
That's my thing.
Yeah.
Because most of the time when I play Ocarina, it just makes me want to play Majora's Mask.
Basically.
But I do like Ocarina of Time. I think it's a fantastic like building block, especially for its time. It's fantastic, and it still is fun to play. I've been playing the 3D version again just to get ready for the video, and yeah, I don't know, like it is well made. It's got its game design issues, but they were fucking creating a 3D game for like the first time, like not even just in the series, but like there was no precedence. They were like, how are they supposed to, they didn't have anything to compare it to yet. But Majora's Mask improved on it a lot in almost every way.
Yeah, I can't really like I see a lot of like people say that like when I see Ocarina of Time being like listed as the best game ever, I think it should be taken like a step back, and it should be called one of the most influential games of all time.
Definitely, I see that. Because look at how
it
many
was
games
revolutionary.
Yeah, and look how many games rip it off.
The main common complaint I hear about that is, though, you can't say that because it's only good because of Ocarina of Time.
What is?
Majora's Mask.
No, that's bullshit. Majora's Mask stands on its own.
I know, right? They're like, you can't say that. Ocarina of Time's the only reason it's good.
It's not. If they had made Majora's Mask without making Ocarina of Time, the story would be a little bit confusing, but it would still be a solid game.
Yeah.
That's like saying that after like the first and that only the first game in a series matters. Like
yeah,
that's stupid.
Other things about me. I really like there's like certain JRPGs that I like. I don't like the classics. Like I don't like the classic like turn-based games. Like I was watching Brian play Persona Q, and I was just like, "Oh, when is it over?"
You guys are just sinners hating on classic JRPGs.
Dude, I love classic JRPGs. I like RPGs. I like turn-based. There are turn-based games that do annoy me. Mostly if it isn't well designed to the point where you're just mashing through it, then it's just annoying. I really like JRPGs though. I have way too many. I'm in the middle of like 5 right now that have been open for years. I need to finish Dragon Quest VIII. I've been at the final dungeon for like 4 years. Jesus Christ. I need to just finish it.
I know your pain.
No, it's because like when I play an RPG, like it's just they're long-term games. You get invested in everything, and they're full of side quests and all this other stuff to do. So what happens is every time when I get to the end, because I'm a completionist is my thing, and so when I get to the end, like Dragon Quest VIII, like I was just blowing through the story. Then I got to the end and I was like, oh man, I'm about to finish the game. I should make sure I got all the side quests done. So I went off, and then I realized that I completely missed the monster like training and capturing like side quests. So I started doing that for hours, and then I started trying to get all the different alchemy recipes and make all the different stuff and get all the best weapons. And I just started side questing for like 50 hours, and I just never got around to beating the dungeon and just finishing the game.
That's video games for you.
That's me with JRPGs. I need to finish
1 minute you're side questing one thing, next thing you know you're side questing another.
I did it with Okami, but I finished Okami, so that's good.
Too bad
any of you like the standard modern shooter games at all? Just curious. I like I'm not against it. I think that I enjoy the game feel of it. Like it feels nice to play. The problem is that most of the games just aren't well designed. There are shooters that are well designed that I do enjoy. I do enjoy playing Borderlands with friends, and not on my own. On my own, I don't like it that much.
What system do you own it on?
Borderlands, the Xbox.
I got it on my PC and PS3.
What other games? I mean, I platinumed... Oh, here's another jackal I'm gonna do. I platinumed fucking Spec Ops The Line on the PlayStation 3 so that I could make a video talking about how it's badly designed.
I heard it's a good game, though.
It's not. It's the right... Okay, it's not bad. It's better than Call of Duty and such. Like, the gameplay is a bit better designed, and I do like the gameplay for the most part. I think that the okay, it's not that it's a bad game, because I actually like the squad elements to it, and I think that they actually did quite a bit to make it better than the average shooter. Will, we're not going to go too much longer. Don't worry. Probably just another 15 minutes or so tops.
Unless Chris decides to keep ranting.
The problem with Spec Ops is everybody talks about how it's so well written, and they're like, ah man, it's such a great story. It's so well written. The story is absolute shit. It is shit writing. And so I'm doing a jackal where we talk about we compare the plot of Spec Ops to the plot of Apocalypse Now and Full Metal Jacket and a couple other war films, and I go over like, this is what makes like a good story. Like this is how you write like characters. This is how you actually go through something. The problem with Spec Ops is like it's not. They're like, oh, it's so deep. It's not. It's fucking telling you that it's deep the entire time, but it doesn't actually make sense. It shoots itself in the foot. It contradicts itself. It's like it's a fun game, and I wouldn't have platinumed it if I didn't enjoy playing it. But the writing is terrible. Like it's really bad. Well, better than the average war game, but it's not. It doesn't deserve the praise it got.
I can't wait to see you play Rise: Son of Rome and then review its story.
I'm never gonna play Rise: Son of Rome.
Why?
The minute I saw the gameplay, or lack thereof, I was done. Like, I was really excited for it. You should have seen like my reactions during the during E3 when it came out. They started showing the footage. I was like, dude, this looks like it could be awesome. Then it got out of the cutscene and got into the gameplay, and I was just.
Are we talking about like the original Kinect version or the Xbox One version?
The Xbox One version when they were showing it. I saw the cutscenes and I was really excited, and then it got to the gameplay. Because I was like, yeah, I was like, dude, is this gonna be like a straight up like Roman warfare thing? This would be awesome. I got like really excited for it, and then it gets to the gameplay. It's like push Y to win, and it's like, oh, well, all right.
Yeah, that's basically. I played it. It's like if you can find it in dollars, totally pick it up. It's at least worth one playthrough, and the story is actually pretty solid as far as I'm concerned. Some people praise the story. I'm like, it's alright. I'm like, I didn't hate it. I thought it was good in some areas.
There's got to be a shooter I actually enjoyed playing. I'm trying to think of one recently.
Halo Reach?
Reach is the best in the Halo series, but I still don't like it that much.
Really? I loved Reach. Like,
I mean, no, it's not that it's bad. Like it's like I said, it's the best in the Halo series. I just generally don't like the gameplay of Halo that much. I feel like it's not all that well designed. And I feel like they refuse to really improve on it. And including with Destiny, they refuse to improve on the gameplay.
Oh, what game are we looking forward to most in 2015?
Oh, Jesus.
We all know Brian's answer. Persona 5.
Oh yeah, that's true. Persona 5 is coming.
I mean, when you
Kingdom Hearts,
like,
there's a huge part of me that's ready for Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we'll get Kingdom Hearts 3 till like next year. But
you know what I think we're never gonna get?
Fuck you, Rory.
We're never gonna get Shin Megami Tensei Cross Fire Emblem. It's never ever going to happen.
Yes, it is.
I'm glad that Shin Megami Cross Fire Emblem took the heat off of The Last Guardian. What game's most excited for in 2015? For me, it's either Zelda, Xenoblade, or Splatoon on the Wii U. And I'm trying to think of. Yeah, and then Kingdom Hearts 3 and Persona 5 are the ones that like I'm excited for so far.
I can't wait for Persona 5. Like, the two best friends, you know them?
then there's all the indie games. Oh shit. All the games I've kickstarted that I'm ready for. Hyper Light Drifter.
I've only kickstarted
A Hat in Time. I've kickstarted like 20 games.
Oh yeah,
I don't think A Hat in Time will be finished this year.
A Hat in Time is the last guardian of indie games.
I am really curious about Just Cause 3.
I'm not sure it'll be the best game of 2015.
I'm curious though.
What are you looking forward to, Rory?
Just Cause 2 is fun.
I'm most excited for the new Fire Emblem game.
I'm waiting to see.
I'm so excited.
Yeah,
I'm so excited. I'm playing through Awakening again. That is how excited I am.
I know Chris is skeptical on it.
I'm waiting to see if it has the same problems Awakening had. Well, not problems,
like
but if they do something with Awakening. My problem with Awakening is that it wasn't a strategy game. It was an RPG with strategy elements, which is fine. Which is like I actually play a lot of those and I enjoy them. It's just not what I expected from Fire Emblem, and it didn't feel as fulfilling to me because of that. And so I'm waiting to see. So far, it looks like there's not pairing up. Which I mean, I'm fine with pairing up as a mechanic. The problem is that pairing up the way they did it was broken and unbalanced to the point where the entire game was just about how high your stats were, as opposed to the actual strategy.
Pairing up is back, just so you know.
It is?
There is a scene where you can see two players on one side.
Okay. Well, if the enemy units can pair up, then I'm interested because then it adds like another layer of strategy.
The way that I'm playing it right now is just like I don't pair up.
But even then, it's just the way that it's structured is like you have to make it challenging yourself, which
Yeah.
takes away a lot of the tension. Like you have to not take advantage of all the free shit they constantly give you. You have to not take advantage of all the free experience they always give you. You have to not take advantage of all the chances to grind. Like and it's not. And I mean, I did a video about Awakening, where I go over basically everything, and everybody told me I was an idiot, and the response, everybody, that just video went over everybody's heads. But I talked about because it wasn't the first time they had battles against the Risen. Like they had that in Sacred Stones. The difference is that in Sacred Stones, you would lose resources by doing those battles. And so you had to decide whether it was worth the risk to go and grind a couple people up, because then like their weapons would wear down and stuff, and so it was like a give and take. You get so many weapons from the battles with the Risen that it is only a good thing to just do it all the time.
Well, you don't only get weapons, but you get money too.
Exactly. It's like
oftentimes you get like five grand. Just
so it's like the game is constantly just like, hey, are you sure you're not strong enough? Yeah. And then there's no level caps. You can constantly like level anybody. Anybody can be any like class and everything. It's just like
I hate that so much.
So that's the thing with Awakening, is that Awakening just took away all the strategy. That's my thing. I'm waiting to see if they're gonna continue down that road, because if so, it might not be a day one buy for me, which is weird for a Fire Emblem game because that's one of my favorite series. But it's just that's not what I want out of Fire Emblem.
I think that I'm the most excited for Fire Emblem because I want a new Fire Emblem game that isn't awful. Like Awakening just took everything away from Fire Emblem that I liked.
I guess I am a bit bummed that that pairing up is back, because pairing up in itself removes so many strategic elements, because now you don't have to worry about rescuing. You don't have to worry.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't have to worry about frail units or building walls. You don't have to. It's
Yeah, I totally forgot how to build walls in Awakening.
There was one level where you had to, and that was the level with Tiki. That was the one time that you had to build a wall, and even then you didn't have to. If your units were strong enough, you could just pair them up and take everybody out before they even get to her. But like, yeah,
it's not fun.
I know.
It's not.
I remember building walls all the time in fucking Radiant Dawn and Path of Radiance.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, like even in freaking Path of Radiance, which isn't even one of the harder ones, but it's like, you know, like your units are frail. You have to use people correctly. Like every move you make matters. You can't just like pair about. You can't just move them in the general direction. You also have to be like, what's the terrain around me? What's the, you know, like that stuff mattered. And they added things like shoving, which actually added to the strategy, because now it's like, here's another thing you can use that has an advantage and a disadvantage. It has a risk and a reward, and as opposed to pairing up, which is nothing but good. Like there's no downside to pairing up. So
what else am I excited for? Oh, nothing.
Xenoblade. Not even Xenoblade X.
I need to get that Kirby game.
At this point, I have no money.
Rainbow Canvas?
So,
Rainbow Curse? I have it. I was actually contemplating streaming that instead of this, but of course my computer fucked up.
It's the first time I've actually been interested in a Kirby game in a long time. I need to get it.
It's pretty solid.
The last Kirby game I bought was Superstar Ultra. That was a long time ago.
I was never a huge Kirby guy, but I loved Kirby 64. And
Kirby 64 was my first one. I think it was like.
If you love Kirby 64, you'll hate Brian's review. Go watch it.
Fuck you.
I
can guarantee though, my 64 review will be painfully unfunny.
Kirby 64 might have been the first game that I 100%ed that wasn't like Ocarina of Time.
I will be honest. I did not know that unlocking all the crystal shards as a kid granted you access to the final boss, so I never 100%ed it until like a few years ago.
I didn't know either, but I wanted to collect them all because I just enjoyed playing the game, and then I got to that and it blew my fucking mind as a kid. Like that final fight, Jesus.
Um,
Oh.
Kirby 64 was awesome because you could like there were so many different combinations of power-ups you could use.
Kirby 64 was awesome for a lot of reasons. The level design was fantastic.
I want to see that brought back because I don't remember the last time where you could like fuse two power-ups together.
You could do it in Squeak Squad. It was just pretty. It was like very different. Like I don't know how to describe it. It's like you were fusing them, but you weren't getting fusion. You were getting just like a different thing entirely.
Yeah. Other than okay, so the games that I want to see the most, I want to play Fire Emblem. I'm so hyped for Star Fox. So hyped for Zelda. I also am very excited for what was it? I just had the name.
Shin Megami Tensei Cross Fire Emblem.
If it comes out this year, I'm so excited for that. I'm excited for the Mother 3 announcement at E3. On the virtual console. Which won't happen.
Except for The Last Guardian.
Majora's Mask came out, so like I haven't gotten to play that yet.
I'm just waiting for him to call it The Last Guardian Forever.
I'm ready for the sports games this year.
Oh, that's right. You actually enjoy those.
Yeah, I love them.
I like playing them. I just don't buy them every year. I just get one and like, all right.
I'm excited for NHL 16.
What about Green Goblin Man?
Yep.
We've been playing NBA Street.
NBA Street's legit, man.
Yeah, we've been playing it the last couple days.
It's so legit. It's so tight. I love it.
I haven't played a sports game in a long time.
Oh, you know what I'm excited for? Battlefront. Holy yes.
Guys, I put 40 hours into Monster Hunter in the last week.
Yes.
40 hours?
Yeah.
Yes.
I've only done like 12 hours.
I
Now
can't
Brian's
stop.
gonna spend the next couple days just playing Monster Hunter so he can tell you that he has more hours than you.
Well, I remember when I first got into Monster Hunter when we were playing 3. Like he was having a really hard time getting into it, and I had already put some time into it by that point. And I remember just like, no, come on, come hunt with me, it'll be fun. And he was like getting his ass kicked by everything, and it was just like dragging him through it. And then I got really busy. I think I went and shot Nixon. I think that was what it was. I was gone for like a week and a half because I was just shooting Nixon. So I was in Jersey like on set for like 10 days. And then I got back and he had like twice as many hours logged as me. and he had and then since then like I fell behind. But...
Yeah, he fell so far behind that during our final stream of Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate, I had already hit Hunter rank 35.
I still want to play Monster Hunter 3 every now and then, but 4 improves on it so much. Oh well.
Yeah, we could totally play more Monster Hunter 3. It's just I'm not.
Oh god, Battlefront. Oh god, Battlefront. Okay, I need to talk about Battlefront 3 real quick. I am nervous as fuck about it because DICE is doing it, and DICE are the people who ran Battlefield into the ground. Not into the ground. Like the shitty thing is Battlefield is successful or whatever, but they're the ones who took Battlefield and just made it Call of Duty again. Because I actually liked some of the earlier Battlefield games. I love...
What's 21... Oh, what's it called?
Yeah, the one with hot swapping.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that one was fantastic.
That was amazing.
I actually... Yeah, I have right... No, Battlefield 2 Modern Combat is pretty good. Like, that's the thing, is like, it was a good series, and it had like some interesting mechanics that changed the way that you played the shooter. You know, you could change between soldiers. And it's like, oh, this guy has this loadout, like, change over to him, and like, and it challenged you. It was like, hey, make sure you're actually changing characters, like, all the time. Make sure that you're, like, using the battlefield effectively. You're pitted against people who are stronger than you. You know, you aren't insanely overpowered compared to the other soldiers. Like, you're on equal footing with, like, everyone. Yeah. The squad matters. And that was, like, really cool. Like, that's what makes a shooter fun to me. That's what makes a military shooter fun to me, is when you're not obscenely overpowered. That's why I don't like Halo. Halo is just like, I feel like there's no real skill to it. It's just like, fucking just keep running into things and shooting and pushing. You're just better than everything.
I think
Yeah,
that's
pretty
how
much.
it was for me in Halo 4. Not with Halo Reach, but in Halo 4 was probably the easiest Halo game I've ever played. Like, okay, so even on Legendary, it took me like a good 20 hours to solo it on Halo Reach. But with Halo 4, I could still do it in 4 hours and just be done.
Halo 4, I remember Colby got it on launch day. I don't know why, but he got it on launch day, and we played through the campaign co-op, like, straight through, like, right away. And we finished it, and we were just like, that was the worst Halo game so far.
Yeah, basically.
Like you know, we played it, we're like, that's the worst writing. That's some of the just most underwhelming, like, gameplay.
It just
was
felt
like-
like, I don't know. You could tell it was, even though it's former developers, you could tell it was a different studio.
Yeah, because it was that. Yeah. Well, and here's the thing: is we played it, we were just like, this is them trying to make it Call of Duty. Like, they added 2 QuickTime events. One at the beginning to tell you there's going to be QuickTime events, and then one at the end to have the most disappointing boss fight of all time. I always love that part of Halo because it makes the game easy to relax experience. Yeah, no, that's the thing is, like, having games like Halo, I'm fine with, because I understand that there's a market for that, and I do enjoy playing Halo every now and then. But I don't think it's well designed, and it drives me insane that it was getting, like, 9.8 out of 10, like, calling Halo 4 revolutionary, giving it a 9.8 out of 10, drove me insane. Fuck IGN. This is, like, that's the problem with journalism. Like, I'm sorry, like, even if you thought it was a brilliant game, calling it revolutionary is straight up bullshitting, because it didn't do anything new. It did absolutely nothing new.
It didn't.
So,
even the multiplayer felt like a rehash.
Exactly.
And the
so
thing
it was
is,
like, so
I know the director of the development of the multiplayer, and I'm just like, I don't know how to tell him that it sucks. I'm sure he already knows.
That's the thing is, honestly, I'm sure that it was all business and no artistry. I'm sure when 343 took over, I mean, 343's entire thing is to make, you know, shitloads of money off of Halo. Like annual releases and all that bullshit, and I don't know.
I'm gonna have to go pretty soon.
All right, yeah. So yeah, let's start wrapping it up. So yeah, Battlefront 3. Really nervous about it. Didn't they say they were gonna make Battlefront 3 a first-person shooter too? Like that already.
It's third person.
It is third person. Okay.
It is in the style of the originals.
Okay.
It's looking very strong. There's talk of DLC for the new movie going to be added in, obviously, right?
Jesus, of course.
So they're gonna have that.
Make you pay for the promotion.
Yeah, pretty much. But
Jesus.
there's also like been reports that most of the content in the game will be restricted to the original trilogy. So, I mean, if you're not a fan of the prequels, then maybe it'll be okay. I mean, I won't get to play it.
I
won't get to.
I never bought into like the hatred of the prequels. Gotta be honest. I've just also never been huge on Star Wars in the first place. Like, I do like the Star Wars movies, but I don't think they're like the best movies ever made, and I don't think the prequels were that bad.
Here's the thing: the prequels weren't that bad. They were bad, but they weren't like as bad as people make them out to be. I think people take a look, like people like pick them apart, and you can do that with like any movie. Like, do that with any movie, and if you look at the points that are negative against it and only talk about those, like,
that's the thing is, yeah, like a lot of my favorite movies are my favorite not because they don't have any problems, but because there are things that they do right. I can acknowledge their problems. Life Aquatic is widely considered one of Wes Anderson's worst movies, and I acknowledge that. Yeah, in a lot of ways, it is one of his worst movies, but I fucking love it. I don't know.
No.
It's like me and the Prince of Persia movie.
Jesus Christ, Brian.
I love that movie. I don't care if it's bad. It's entertaining as fuck.
Fair enough. I'm sure there's somebody who like watches The Last Airbender every day. So.
Oh god.
Yeah.
You cannot enjoy that movie.
Oh.
You fucking hypocrite. No, you can't immediately turn around and say there's no way somebody can enjoy Last Airbender when you're just like, I love The Prince of Persia. Like, you can't do that.
Well,
Ryan,
guess
Ryan's
what,
just like,
bitch? I just did.
Sonic
No,
06
you
wasn't
can't.
even that bad. It was a really good game. You know,
No,
I
that's
liked it a lot.
No, that was like the equivalent of Chris Hansen fucking like walking off set and then like fondling like a 12-year-old's balls. Like you can't just immediately turn around and do the thing that you're condemning.
No.
You can't just immediately do that. Jesus Christ.
Well, how do we know the kid wasn't asking for it?
Dressing like that. With shorts. Alright. So, yeah, if there's any last questions, go ahead and ask them right now, and we'll start wrapping up.
One more.
Yeah, do like one more. So yeah, with Hammerspace, this is basically, I don't know, I would like to do this every week if possible.
Yeah, every week's good for me.
Just talk about things, do community hangouts. Big thing is, I want Hammerspace, and I think Brian and Roy agree with me on this, is I want Hammerspace to be a largely community-based thing. That's why we're streaming this podcast. That's why we're going to do a lot of streams. That's why we're going to... we should look actually at seeing about hosting the streams on the site, but we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
And,
yeah, we're all going to be doing some kind of Let's Play. I know Rory's going to do Mother 3. Are you going to do one, Chris? Maybe not?
Let's Play, I'm not really into Let's Play so much, but I have been, like I said, Miles and I have been streaming all the way through Rayman Legends together.
Oh, what a good game.
Yeah, we were surprised. I was like, I haven't liked a platformer in a long time.
Yeah,
but
Legends is good. It's just I wish my sister would play it with me.
Yeah, Miles and I were just like consistently surprised by just how creative the levels were and everything. It's
they're
great.
so good. It's such a great game. It's one of my favorite games.
I love the music levels.
So yeah, we're gonna Hammerspace is gonna keep growing. I want to get that videos page up so we can make it easier for people to find our stuff and everything. We're giving away a copy of Majora's Mask 3D, guys. The collector's edition, I believe.
Yeah.
Is it collector's edition?
It's the Skull Kid statue bundle.
Yes.
Excellent. So yeah, so go to the site and check that out if you'd like. I think you just have to share an article, right, on Facebook or something.
No. When Rory's video goes up, if someone shares it, the share will go in the comments, or they can like the Facebook page. We're gonna take all of that, to try
Excellent.
and get as many people as possible.
Excellent.
And I'll decide who wins, and I'll contact. If I don't get a contact back in like a week, I'm just gonna do it again and go to the next person.
Yeah, so look for Hammerspace. It's facebook.com/thehammerspace. Great podcast. Next time, though, name the stream Almost Chris Monologue Podcast. God damn it. All right, look.
Yeah, I know. It was mainly you just talking the whole time. And honestly, I'm fine with that because you are much better at speaking to these people than I am.
Yeah, Brian sucks.
I'm better at promoting shit and being like a Facebook admin. Chris is better as like a spokesperson.
Well, I also just like, I don't know, like I came in here like with like a purpose of just like, let's do it, like let's get this out there. So I'm trying to hurt things.
I know.
Yeah, but I'm sure next time, like I'm sure the podcast next time we'll do more in terms of like rounds and answering questions, this sort of thing.
I should do a.
Yeah.
You know what? Chris, you're doing 3 months of Final Fantasy, right?
So that might not be till next year because it's a shitload of writing and preparation. But yeah.
Well, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna do like a year of Persona this year. I'm just gonna play through all the Persona games, and I'm just gonna fucking review each one of them.
Yeah, let's go ahead and give our site a more niche audience. Noah, Nick, thanks for the nice words. Chris is great, but I'd love more input next time, guys. You got opinions too. Yeah, sorry for railroading things.
I actually don't have an opinion on anything, but thank you.
All right, so
I'm just kidding.
Anything else we need to say? I'm trying to. Did we hit all the bases?
I think we covered everything pretty much. We said what we want to do. We answered some questions. We talked for a little bit.
Hammerspace takes fan articles, so we don't have to be the ones writing everything.
That's true. Yeah, since we are community based, if anybody wants to, if anybody has anything they want to promote through there, like if any of you do like a video or want to write something or just like anything, just let us know and we'll probably put it up for you. We're not we're not very strict about this stuff at all.
Like literally, Will was gonna submit an article with like a big spelling error at the beginning, and I was like, "Fuck it, send it live."
It was a big spelling error. He wrote "an" instead of "a" or something like that. Like,
are you kidding? that ruins our reputation entirely.
We don't have a reputation.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I think we can wrap it up pretty much there.
Cool. So thanks for watching, guys.
This has been actually really good.
And that will be our outro. This was Chris, Rory, and Brian, and remember to raise your dongers.
Keep jacking it.
Keep jacking it.
Keep jacking it.
How can we combine raise your donger and keep jacking it?
Keep jacking your dongers.
Raise
your
those
dongers.
dongers and keep jacking it.
Yeah.
Keep jacking those dongers. Keep jacking those upraised dongers. Raise your jackers.
Donger your jackals.
Jack all
Jack
about
those-
dongers.
Jack those raised dongers.
Donger bites. All right, we're gonna.
That's it's just what kind of food snack company would make that?
Donger bites. I don't know. It makes me think of
Makes me
It
think
sounds,
of
it sounds
Hostess
like a
little
yeah. It sounds like a
thing.
hostess thing. It sounds like ding dongs or something. Yeah.
Yeah, it totally does. I was trying to
Jesus
think of the name
Christ.
of the people who make Twinkies. Anyway, think-
Hostess.
yeah.
Hostess. Okay, I swear to God, Hostess' business plan is like, let's take the same things, let's just take chocolate and cream filling, and just make them in a bunch of different shapes. It's gonna taste the exact same. Ho-hos, ding-dongs, cupcakes, it's gonna taste the exact same. Let's just put it. let's put it in a bunch of different forms and try to see how many different things we can sell. That's basically it.
You know what the terrible part is?
What?
Even though the podcast ends, the conversation doesn't have to.
No, it really doesn't. That's the thing is, I'm fine with just hanging out for a bit. I know
I
Rory's
know.
gotta go.
Yeah, I
I'm-
gotta go.
All right, yeah, I'm fine with just hanging out for a bit. Since
I will.
even though the podcast is done.
I will talk to you all later. I hope you have a wonderful evening.
Like muscles everywhere. So he comes out wearing nothing but a towel, and he walks up to the door behind me. He sees like what's happening, and then he just like puts his arm around my waist and like puts his head on my shoulder. And I bring my head up and like stroke his face. And I'm just like, go back to bed. And